What is up, everyone? Trevito here. Let's talk about Gohan and how he could have been used better in Dragon Ball Super. I think everybody agrees with me when I say that, hey, his role was really diminished. He didn't have as big of a role as he could have. And here's my top five ways I think he could have been used better in the series. So, number five, he should have entered the first tournament. I think that's a simple one from way in the beginning. Everybody was disappointed with the lame excuse that he had a meeting to attend. I think he definitely, for Majin Buu going in there and falling asleep, he definitely should have at least replaced Majin Buu. Even Monaka. Monaka was cool, as a meme. He's a funny run-on joke. However, towards the end of this series, when you look back on it, I feel like it was kind of pointless. As far as like a serious sense, maybe it was good for comedy, but he definitely could have replaced Monaka even. And I think Gohan versus Kaba in that first tournament would have been awesome. I think Vegeta and Kaba could have still had their moment. I think it would have been interesting to maybe even see Kaba defeat Gohan. Or even, let's say, Gohan, uh, maybe Gohan could have been the one to show him the Super Saiyan at first, and then somehow Kaba beats him just because he's more technical savvy. And a better fighter, and Gohan, has lost his touch. I think that would have been really interesting, and that would have really shown how much more powerful the Universe 6 Saiyans are compared to the Universe 7 Saiyans. Um, but anyways, I think it would have been good to serve him justice too, just because he would have redeemed himself after looking bad against Frieza and his henchmen. So that's it for number five. So number four, I think number four is he should have been more involved in the Future Trunks arc. I think being more involved with Future Trunks would have been really nice because Gohan is everything to Trunks. Gohan and Trunks have a huge history, especially in the future timeline. In both timelines, Gohan was like the strongest person that Trunks actually knew of. Yeah, he heard the tales about Goku and stuff, but when he left our timeline last time, Gohan was the strongest on Earth after defeating Cell. Also, too, Gohan was the strongest person that he knew that he trained him to be who he was. Uh, so I think them two fighting together would have been really cool. They by Gohan fighting as opposed to uh, Goku and Vegeta. I mean, it would have been a really good chance for Gohan to really step up his character, give him some really good training. Um, and also too, I think a Gohan and Trunks fusion right there. What would they have been named? I don't know. Maybe Gotenks also, but would have been ANK instead of ENK. Uh, I think a fusion with them two would have been really neat. Uh, Also, if they would have fused and won, I think it still would have made sense. Especially if they would have gotten like some ultra powered form from it. Because Vegito, I feel like Vegito was prematurely used. They should have used Vegito later, like in the Tournament of Power or something. Um, and also too, Vegito was stronger than Merged Zamasu. It was just he couldn't hold the form. So I think like the merged Gohan and Trunks, if not stronger, I mean, I think they would have been more on an even playing field and just would have been cooler. Also, too, who knows? Maybe Gohan could have gotten like a new form with Trunks. Also, either way, I think them fighting side by side would have been amazing, especially to help the future timeline. Uh, so let's go to number three because number three actually does have to deal with number four, and number three is Gohan still involved more with Trunks, but Gohan getting killed off or like really beaten up or something. Um, One way that you discard a character that you're not really using too much is just to kill him off. It's like a rule of thumb in writing, basically. And obviously, Gohan wouldn't have been killed off like for the remainder of the series, but temporarily. And I think it would have been a good way to bring up Whis' power to be able to revive people. Whis could have revived him really quickly or something, so they wouldn't have had to use the Dragon Balls. But Gohan being killed off, I think him being killed and Trunks seeing that, I think that could have, created a really cool line, a really great moment for Trunks to get his rage, as opposed to them blaming Trunks for everything. Even though I love the way they brought Trunks' rage in, I give it a 10 out of 10. I think it maybe would have been 11 or 12 out of 10 if Gohan would have been hurt and that would have caused Trunks to get his rage. Who knows? Maybe that would have caused Trunks to get his rage, and then they could have given that form such a huge power boost to where Trunks then could have beaten up Goku, Black, and Zamasu just off of that rage. Then there would have been no need for that Spirit Sword of Vegito and stuff. So I think that would have been cool to see. And that's pretty much it for Trunks. But let's go to number two. Number two, I think is a given. He should have had a bigger role in the Tournament of Power. Gohan was expected to win the tournament. I mean, I thought he'd win. Let me know if you thought he'd win too. But a lot of people definitely thought too that he'd be like, last 2-3 people standing, especially because of the way that they teased it. There were so many parallels to the Cell Saga of its importance and like how he was developing into wanting to train again and become stronger and stuff. Goku said that as long as we have Gohan, we're gonna be fine. Also too, like Piccolo said that Gohan had a lot more power left in him once he was training him to help tap back into his ultimate form. And then they teased it also like in the outro of their episodes where Goku and Gohan were standing like side by side, like ready to fight, and everybody's just assuming, oh, that's them about to fight Jiren or whoever, like this new random enemy, because a lot of people thought a new random enemy would appear. And Goku was really beat up, Gohan wasn't. So I mean, that could have easily suggested that Gohan would end up winning. Similarly, he could have won like how Android 17 did, where Goku could have done something and flown off the stage with whoever. I mean, even if it was Frieza again, and then bam, Gohan wins. So, Gohan too, like, I mean, him versus the Yard Rat, I didn't like how, he was losing so bad against the Yard Rat. I think Gohan should have knocked out more people. He just should have, like, been more, like, he should have been more of, like, an MVP. Like, he should have been more like how 17 was. Now, 17, it was amazing, and I think they did a perfect job with him. But, like, for somebody to be a hero, it should have been Gohan, especially because he didn't beat anybody the entire series. Like, you got the guy who was the strongest twice in Dragon Ball Z, and he defeated so many people and came in so clutch in so many moments before. Like, it was almost like if he didn't join the Tournament of Power, like, he could have almost been like replaced, which is kind of sad. But definitely he should have had a bigger role in the Tournament of Power. I thought that, maybe he would have had a good fight against at least like Topo or something one-on-one, who knows. But anyways, let's get to number one. So remember, number 5, I had he should have entered the first tournament. Number 4, he should have helped out future Trunks. Number 3, he should have been like killed off during that arc. Number 2, he should have had a better role in the Tournament of Power. And number 1, I think everybody agrees, Gohan should have had a new form. This is the guy that he unleashes crazy amounts of power more than anybody. Gohan was the only Saiyan, really, like the legitimate Saiyan, the second longest tenured Saiyan in this series since we've known about them. He was the only one to not get a new form. I mean, you gave Goku a couple forms, Vegeta a couple forms, Trunks a couple forms, Kale, Caulifla, Kefla, Kaba a couple forms. What about Gohan? Gohan didn't get anything. All they did was just revert to what they had before for him. I mean, come on, at least give him something unique. I think it would have been amazing, like how I briefly mentioned before, if he would have gotten a Super Saiyan Rage form, even if it was in the Tournament of Power. I think it would have been amazing. I think that's what people were expecting, something along those lines. And, if he would have gotten the Super Saiyan Rage form, it would have been perfect because they could have said, oh, this must be the ultimate form of, the half Saiyan, half human hybrids. Because we did see some blue ki, which a lot of people assume is the Super Saiyan Blue God ki around Trunks. I mean, the form was awesome. I really loved that form. It was so cool. It was like Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan 2 combined in a way, along with like almost like some Broly-esque kind of looks to it. But for him to not get a new form is crazy. I mean, since he had a couple unique forms, temporarily, at least for one of them with the Super Saiyan 2 and Dragon Ball Z. He has the most potential out of every character. They've said that so many times. And with the Goku Black arc, and especially the Tournament of Power, man, like the Tournament of Power would have been so perfect for him to get a new form. Even if he would have lost in the Tournament of Power, I think him getting a new form, instead of Vegeta getting a darker blue, like they could have at least given Gohan like something similar. I don't know. Maybe Gohan and Vegeta could have been the ones to knock off Topo or something. Maybe instead of Android 17, he could have just been replaced by Gohan because of the new form. I don't know. No matter what, I just feel like if Gohan would have had a new form, it would have been awesome. I think everybody agrees with that. Let me know if you disagree with that. But that's my number one. He deserved a new form. So let me know what you guys thought about my top five. Let me know your top five. If you like anything I had to say, please like, please subscribe. And I can't wait to talk to you all about Dragon Ball next time.